Okay, this is a game changer. So, good morning. I am in the, not the new Buick, well, it is the newer Buick. And I am heading out early. Oh man, these are crooked as all get out. Man, I pushed too hard. It's gonna be really. Better. Okay. No, I'm not feeling like a gangster lean on the face. So, ooh, it's a little chilly in here too. Let me, hang on. I don't know if we can quite that warm in here and that much fan. It's a little something, something. Let's sink it up. Anywho, with this being a newer purchased vehicle, you know, a lot of them, they have the touchscreen and all the fancy, and it had a temporary subscription of Sirius, which I live by Sirius. For the longest time, the Sirius app was what I used the most, and it really, now that I'm going to be using it all the time off my phone, just connecting up, I'll explain. And this might be something you want to do to save a couple bucks. But when you have a Sirius XM subscription, you get the full meal deal. So when you have a subscription, it opens up almost endless music possibilities. Please watch your babies tack on. As far as they have a ton of extra channels. So like when I just had chill or was using just a Sirius on here, first of all, good morning. If I didn't say that, this is In Your Neighborhood with Brittany Wines, and I'm actually up and at 'em, getting going early for me. The last couple days, I got up with and stayed up with Gary instead of just making his coffee and going back to bed. I used to get up early every day and get my day started, and I think I need to get back to that. That's when I was at my best. But anyhow, heading over to drop his phone off because he left it at home, and he works and walks a lot, so I'm trying to sync up when it's about his break time, so you know, he can have his phone to listen to his music, his earbuds and stuff. Better get quick, because that car's a little bit. Damn! All the road construction we have, it's amazing. Like, there's this giant hump right here on Noble Street when you're headed, what would that be, east, because 32 runs this way, so to, like, if you're getting the leg of 32 going to Westfield. Damn, though, it cracks me up. Like, they did road construction and put a massive patch that's got a giant hump in the middle of it. I have to assume there's a structural reason, you know, or maybe a future reason they need that way, but it's dumb. And then right next to it, where they put that massive patch that's got a hump in it going one way, there's a hole, like you saw me doing all that. So don't quite understand. I'm not an infrastructure girl, so who am I to judge? But anyhow, with this whole Sirius XM app, so what I was running into when I would connect to Bluetooth and let Sam run in YouTube, and like with the amount, like where technology is, I knew there had to be a fix for this. So if I was running music off my Bluetooth, which the main one that I went to was YouTube Music, I will likely now stick with Sirius like I am now, but I will go back to the YouTube Music because, you know, I love getting on there, and they do a pretty nice job at streaming things. But Sirius can do the same thing. Good morning, Barb. How are you? As far as what I like about YouTube Music, and I don't know so much if Sirius does it this way, like where it will kind of start your algorithm and play stuff that it knows you like. It probably does. There's probably an algorithm of some sort with the app especially, but whole point of this rambling, if you have multiple vehicles that have Bluetooth capability, all right, so my silver Buick, which is now Gary's car, I have a Sirius XM subscription on that, and I have for years. On this one, the temporary one ran out, but with any, like I was saying, with any Sirius XM subscription, you get full access to the app, which has so many cool stations. What is this kid doing? Oh, good to see you riding your bike. Don't get hit there, buddy. Alright, guy. Good for him getting around. Got his coffee cup for work. I think that's awesome. But what I would suggest doing, so rather than I could have gotten another SiriusXM subscription. Sorry, guys, I'm not tired, but kind of waking up. For $4 to just keep it on this, to be able to just click and hit the buttons, you know, because like right up here, I can see my presets from when I had it on there. And I wonder, I'll probably just end up adjusting that to see if I can change that and set up something where I can change it with that. So when you do, now for me, since I do content, what a major hindrance was, part of the reason I was like, man, I'm going to need something, because I like a little background music. But I had kind of a stripped down version of the Sirius playing on the car, so when it came to the just background noise, that doesn't really get a content creator pinged most of the time. At least I haven't yet, where I'm playing like a soundscape sort of a thing, you know, just elevator music, if you will. No one's ever dinged me on that, but what I end up getting hit on, even if what I found, even if it's on TikTok, or like it's a song that's big on TikTok because there was the TikTok radio, or the songs like the new singers, they're all about getting their stuff out there and about there. But I have found I will get dinged almost every time with playing an actual song off the radio, even if it's something that you know you can actively use on social media. Facebook's going to get you. So for me, I like to have something just a little in the back. Chill was okay, but they used to have the one called Spa that Spa. I really enjoyed that one, but it was gone. But now, with the app, they've got all kinds of them. I went to Chill at first because that's the one I've been used to most recently. Wait a minute. They're going to have soundscapes and stuff on there, so now there's all kinds of different ones. First, I just ran across forest sounds. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, shit. Hey, let's forward face for a moment. Let's take a tour and see just what it's looking like. Changing things. Breaking news coming to you live from State Road 32 headed west. Is that right? West? Yes. Headed west. Because Frankfurt's north. Lisbon is south. Crawfordsville is west. Westfield is east. Okay, got it down pat. So if you're wondering, this is west. So this is what used to be where you're headed out towards Western being what you're seeing now, and I'm imagining that's part of it, unless that's an office building. What is this? When did that get built? Just now seeing that. Here's all these factories. We're getting ready to see my husband. That is Meta. Down there, guys. Let's zoom in. It is crazy. They had a stupid-ass stoplight along this way that was really holding things up. I do feel for my husband over here at Festool. That's where we're getting ready to turn in. Man, how much time do I have? If I end up having enough time, no, because I'm going to wait so I can make sure he gets his phone. I would drive you guys out there. This is freaking wackadoo. Hopefully everyone's safe, because the stoplight, what would happen, that they have this light right here, is the semis, they would get stuck, because, I mean, you can only, with the traffic being so thick and heavy as it is, you can only get so far, you know what I mean? And the semis would get stuck in the middle, you know, it was a pain, it was dangerous. And, as you can see, there is, and I had asked Gary, because, like, I wonder if he can, I don't think so, I don't know if he's tried, but I might see, if there is, because it doesn't say there is no cut through, because for him, it almost in the afternoon would be more advantageous for him to try and go a back way. Let's see, he might have the car locked if he does. Nope. I can just, I don't know what time he comes out for break. Alright, pause for a second. Oh, here. Yeah, you just look out there. It's a tree here. We'll go that way. There. Now you can look at that one. Bam, whack myself in the face with the door. There has to be a pass-through. Yeah, we're going to go that way. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Let's see. Calvin, I love you, man. Hey, I don't think you know this. Winesy, you may hit her up so you can get some more details, has been invited. I think it's like 4 days. She's already got her passport stuff. Like 4 days after she graduates, she was invited to go to Portugal to get on a little film and see about maybe, it turning into an opportunity to continue basketball overseas. Don't know if that's going to pan out, but we are super stoked about that. I've got minimal details, basically about what I told you. So, I don't know what I'm saying. Hit her up, see what it's about. I think Gary is incorrect, and I think he could probably cut through here. Abso-freaking-lutely, he could. That guy is crazy. There's PWG. I'm gonna tell him he might want to do that. Just go turn right. Oh yeah, he is sadly mistaken. Oh, Gary Wines. If you're watching, husband, now that you have your phone, turn it on. You can absolutely, unless I go all this way and it says I can't get through, but we're going to cruise this way. Been a hot minute since I've been into the business part. Let me see what we got over here. So there's Hachette. PWG was back there. I don't know who's all hiring, guys. Sometimes it's better to go directly to the website. It just depends. I know a lot of people say they're struggling to get jobs. I know they're out there. And don't avoid looking online. Gary, you can absolutely get through here. Let me see. I'm going to go straight. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this is going to come out to 32. We're going to check it out. Because I cannot imagine. I mean, granted, I know, if he goes to get lunch or something like that. But I was just curious if this cuts all the way back through to 39. Because if it does in the morning, that might be his better bet. Turn left, come up that way. He might not have even realized that one also. Damn, that's big. CNH. Oh yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've been out this way. I think if my memory... Yep, Scott Barrett's to the left. Scott Barrett is definitely to the left. Alright. Sorry, I'm not trying to talk. I'm just observing. Seeing what's what. Because for me, especially, getting off at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, I've got some buddies of mine from over at Meta. At least they're on that part of it. They could be Lily Boys as well. But, oh, Gary Wines. This crosses all the way to 39. You're nuts, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I will have to remember that if I have to come over and get to him. Shit, I'll just go this way. Literally, you're avoiding all lights. Okay. I'll let him know that. One new comment. Who commented on my stuff? John Gamroth. It is Wednesday. Is it work from home Wednesday? Oh, man. I don't know about you, my friend. That is so funny you say good morning, sunshine, so my grandma calls me. That's awesome. Am I on the right side of the road? Okay, yeah, I am. Yep, I'm going to have to make sure Gary Wines knows. You turn out of our road, you turn left, go past Flying J, and turn right onto Enterprise Boulevard and take it all the way around. That is amazing freaking news. Okay. Not that I've been lazy, John, I don't know how you guys have been doing about getting stuff posted on eBay, so we'll call them they're my business partners. Tabby, it's their second full-time gig. You know, I have multiple other ventures that I do, and then I have my resale as a solid part-time deal, but they're in it just balls deep, let me just put it that way. Snapdragon Treasures, they are an up-and-coming curation, estate sale, organizing, an organizing opportunity of they're a group that can, get a hold of them, and they'll take a look and say, hey, if you've got a massive amount of stuff you're wanting to do, a huge garage sale, maybe you need to downsize, maybe you're moving, maybe you've had a family member who's unfortunately you're no longer with your family and you need to get rid of a lot of different things, get a hold of Snapdragon. They're honest, fair. Listen, guys, when it comes to clean outs and setting up for an estate sale or a massive garage sale, there's a lot to it. If you aren't able to provide the shelving, the organization tools, things like that, those have to be purchased. And labels, the time is massive. The time commitment is huge, so it is so important. If you go to contract with any estate sale company or any entity doing something like that, don't lowball them. And I can assure you that Snapdragon will give you a fantastic price that everybody's going to be happy with. The knowledge base of the curation and pricing and I guess valuing your items is top notch. All of us involved have been in resale or thrifting, consignment, vintage curation for many, many, many years. We're very polished. Tabitha really is honed in on your mid-century modern home decor, things like that, grandma core, things, she's knowledgeable on glass and things too, but those decorative pieces, Tabby just has that on lock. And a lot of other stuff too. John, you're going to be able to find items from him, just that really cool, rustic, old school dude vibe stuff. He finds a lot of really neat books, knickknacks. Their son Max, my buddy, my partner, we kind of started doing a resale gig and then it took off for the fam. He is genius level when it comes to physical media, CDs, DVDs, movies, VHS. He has a photographic memory, so he is able to go and catalog, a whole assortment of different things and remember them, and he'll analyze their value, and he's pretty good off the top of his head. Then on our end, that's their families, like the Snapdragon is their thing, and I definitely assist with it. On mine, my little gig that I have separate, if you will, Brittany's Bargains over there, where we work together, right? Especially when it comes to the estate sale stuff, they might hit me up and say, hey, because I'm not that I'm ball card genius by any stretch. I'm still freaking learning. But my husband is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to sports cards, particularly basketball, but he has his hand in pretty much all of them. I didn't realize, the amount of cards of my husband's that I've already gone through it's probably near, 15,000, 20,000. That's what I've gone through, and I probably have at least double or triple that to go through still. That's just in his own. I've pulled a lot myself here recently, so we all work together with that. Kind of our niche is Y2K 90s, retro, not retro like that, but that particular genre. My husband and my daughter are masters at finding really great clothes. Alexis knows a lot of the newer styles. So between all of that, man, we've got it covered. Anything you're looking for, anything like that, you know, it's between Snapdragon, Brittany's Bargains, and then if you hit Trader Baker's, that's where we come together as the cog meshes, right? We have 3 booths over there. Booth number 41 is in the back left corner of Trader Baker's. It is amazing. Hang on, I didn't bring anything to drink. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh no. Listen to this for a second. Alright. Where I was talking, sorry, I was trying to find a drink while I was saying this stuff like. Where I was talking about what we have over at Trader Baker's, 3 booths that are personally ours. Booth 21, and I'm starting up front just because that's kind of the path. I mean, we'll call it, that one's officially my booth, but that is the area where clothes go. And you're going to see more of you'll see some 90s vibe, Y2K, over one of the other booths I'm going to tell you about, but the main one where you're going to find clothes, the hat wall, and an assortment of your mid-century modern knickknacks. There's some false graph, I've got comics, there's some physical media, but some of that stuff you're seeing is going to be that more Y2K 90s vibe. That's a 21. That's if you come in Trader Baker's and just walk straight forward until you hit that wall and hang a left. I'm about 4 booths down on the right. There's a ton of great booths and vendors there. So let's say you're going to go up each aisle that way. So you'll come to a number here, both sides, 21. You're going to go and buy some really cool stuff, get like 17 hats off the hat wall. Then you're going to walk, check everyone else's out. So when you get down, and you'll see there's a bunch of booths and stuff that kind of go back to where you got to check all that before you go to the next row. When you go down all the way and over to the left, you're going to find my mother-in-law's booth. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Booth 39. She's got a lot of really cool, that is, my mother-in-law's booth, I would say that's the spot you're going to find that really cool stuff you just want to grab. So she's got some things kind of like what we curate, but we're more niche-y, if you will. Terry's stuff is, if you're wanting to find youth ball gloves, she's got a lot of Harley stuff over there, and if it's not there, call, ask, hit me up. She's got Harley stuff out the yang. You'll see a lot of the similar clothing that you might see over in mine as far as what's on my rack. You know, your Puma sweatshirt. She's got some youth things in there. She's just got that really cool homey stuff that when you go to a flea market, you're like, no, I'm not getting that crap from the Amazon pallet. Let me go ahead and grab something over at Terry's booth. Oh, yeah, man, I forgot about the talking fish. Oh, you know what? Those are awesome coffee cups. She also is a tie aficionado. I know she's got ties in the booth, but I don't know how many the woman's got ties. So that's my mother-in-law, Terry. And we thrift and stuff. Terry and I have been thrifting and stuff since beyond time. I was doing it with my grandmother in my youth. It was never really something my mom got into. She wasn't a big Goodwill garage sale. That was just wasn't her bag. Flea markets and thrift and stuff. Oh, man, I've been getting down with my grandma for eons. And then it evolved, and who knew that myself, you know, our family and the Gamrot site was a love that we both had. So when you're walking around, you're going to cut up to the next aisle. Walk all through that. You're going to see a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of cool glasswares in there. I believe in that aisle, once you go all the way down, that's where Jack thrifts and his gal. Little young couple, massive clothing booths. Jack is the guy that I hope to be when it comes to the retro vintage clothing. This dude, I don't even know, they've got 6 booths maybe, a lot of them. Check their stuff out. And just so you know, people are like, oh my God, a shirt like that, they've got that $14. Hey, those sorts of things, you know, are if you're not wanting to spend that, head on over to Goodwill. And I'm not knocking. You know, maybe head over if you're looking for cheap clothes that you're, you know, just to wear around, you know what I mean? You're not necessarily looking for something that is considered vintage, that, you know, you're paying for that tag. And I'm not talking about like Louis, Gucci, or anything like that. I'm talking about Rydell, Starter, your old drop tag Nikes, you know, just things like that. they're going to cost a little bit more, and those are put there for people who are wanting to get that example. Not that this jersey is anything spectacular and fancy. Was going to flip this, I guess I could, but I'm really trying to get better at making sure the clothes that I flip, I don't want to have to do a ton of justification. So along one of the collars here, there's what looked to be like a little makeup mark. I could probably work at getting it out. Maybe I will. But I was like, you know what? This didn't really cost me much of anything. Why don't I keep this? Then I'm wearing a really cool shirt like that. So you're going to find some stuff like this over at Jack's booth. Walk next aisle, I think. I don't know. That might be one more. You go that way. Yeah, I think that's the CD guy maybe. But anyhow, the main booth straight up the middle past the front desk is, you're going to find, oh, my boss is here. And it's still really good. Let me roll my window up. So, oh, he got tattoos. That's awesome. I can't wait. So the next thing, the big booth you come to when you go up the middle is booth 73. That is the birth child of Tabby and I and Max. Am I far over? Am I on the line? Hang on a second. You think I'd be good at it? I got a thing on my car that like has lines to show me where to go and stuff. I hate coloring. You know that. I don't like to color. Hate staying in the lines. That looks good. You'll have to show me when I get up there. Oh, that looks nice. Hey, you're far over too.
I'm straight.
Am I crooked? Oh goodness. That's, oh yeah. Let me fix that. Shit, now I'm way over. Oh Lord, you think this high-tech car. So anyhow, I got just a couple minutes to finish up because it's not quite 9. It does feel good not cutting it close to the official starting time. Anyhow, let's finish up real quick, talking about the booths. So 73, that is the birthplace of, well, really all of us, but Tabby and I really put our brains together. John came in with his, you know, he's the construction dude. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. Us two ladies, like, you should have seen what Tabitha did over in booth 73 getting it ready. But if it weren't for John Gamroth and his height and his vision and his just willingness to make this happen, we wouldn't have some of the shelves and stuff. He's just a cool dude, and he's got such an eye. He and I, like Tabby, well, their family is just, they're my people. You know, we're all unique, and we vibe up in different ways. You know, we're still learning each other. I mean, it's still a new relationship over the last few years. We're really, I feel now, just locked in, you know, where we're more comfortable. Not that we're not, we're all very polite, but it just, I don't want to say we weren't honest, but you know what I mean? It's a deeper connection and friendship, you know, that started with me just hanging out with Max, and now they are truly some of my most dear friends. But anyhow, we started our adventures over at Buster's and then came together. There was a small booth back in the back, and then booth 73. What you're going to find there, this is the way I like to describe it. Booth 21, that is the millennials, Gen Xers, okay, and older, Y2K, or newer, I guess, all right? That's kind of more of your vibe. But then you got some of Grandma's stuff in there, all right? We got your mid-century modern. We got a little bit of this and that in there for that. You go over to booth 39, my mother-in-law's booth. That's where you're going to find, I'd say, just that's the spot you're getting just to make your house comfortable and get those things. You're like, oh, cool, man, that's right there. I got it. She's got you covered. You go to booth 73, you're going to see a lot of physical media in there. That's our main spot where we have DVDs, VHS, cassettes. You're going to find that there. Albums, LPs of different sizes. A lot of wall hangings. A lot of pictures and things like that. Tons of that stuff. Lots of things on the shelves. What I call the knick-knack paddywhacks. A little bit of this, a little bit of that there. But that's more of where your Gen X and grandma, so Gen X and young boomers, that's kind of your spot. Plus some stuff where, okay, we've got, oh yeah, those young folks are in there. Now, you go all the way around, get back to the left corner. You're going to get down with the get down at booth 41. Tabby has done it is a venue, okay? Booth 41 is a venue. I do have some items in there, and that's where I'm learning from her those more fine pieces. You know, I have found that as much as I would love, and I'm into glass. I'm taught myself stuff about glass. If you ever want to know a little bit about your radioactive glass, hit me up. I've learned some things, and we can talk. But that is the space where you're going to find, and you'll find some of these things at 73, but booth 41 to the right. So at booth 41 is actually, there's one that's got more your masculine sorts of things in it. The Fabric Lady, not part of our group. The next booth 41. Over here at 41, this is one that's still kind of growing. That is the spot where you're going to see those really cool things that just didn't have a place in either of the other three spots. Didn't quite need to go online for anything, but they're too cool to not try and share with somebody. So a lot of, it's more of the man cave area. You know, you'll see a few little knick-knack things there, but again, that's kind of the vibe. Over at the other part of 41, Lord have mercy, Tabitha and John have set up such a beautiful space. That's one of those spots that when you go to a thrift booth that, oh, hang on a second. If you go into an antique store thrift booth, that you make sure to go there every time because it's pretty. You know, it's got the sparkly glass and things like that. And there's actually a couple really cool glass pieces that I have that I need to get over there. And she is all about, I'm about the fine details, but Tabby's just the next step. She's just the next level, right? Her tags over in 41, you know, they're normal tags, but she puts a real cute little sticker on there. Just something that says thank you, you know. It's got the number. Simple, but classy. Takes it up just an extra notch, you know. She always is pushing to do better when it comes to this stuff, and you need to, if you're looking for some badass collectible, nice glass things that just are gonna be a talking point in your home, hit our more girlier version of 41. That is Tabitha's brainchild, and you're gonna see John's got some really BA stuff in there as well, for sure. There's something for everybody. So that was my little spiel about that. Get over to Trader Baker's, man, and show us some love. Sales have been down because the weather is beautiful, and that is fine. Enjoy your families. But stay tuned because I think I'm going to do a massive clothing sale because I actually want to change out my clothing rack. But due to time constraints, it's hard to get. We can only be in during open hours. And it is not fun trying to pull down that big, massive racks and things like that. So I think I'm going to do I might even do, I don't know if I want to do quite 50% off, but I might run a 50%, I might see what Tabby says and run 50% off all clothes. Maybe even hats. I could do a major purge. Stay tuned for that. I got to talk to my business partner and see what she's thinking about that. 50% off, possibly booth 21, and we've got athleisure in there. I've got retro sports stuff. There are the things, okay? So check it out. I will see you guys soon at Trader Baker's. And that's it, man. Thanks for staying and listening. If you're needing an estate sale done, you're wanting to put on a massive garage sale, and you just need help getting it organized and want someone to help do that process, let me know, and I will connect you with Tabitha and John Gamroth with Snapdragon Treasures, and we can try and get you scheduled. Do it soon. Do it soon because they are popping. The season is upon us, and people are knocking down their door, getting them in to look at their items and get it organized, okay? So if you're wanting to get on the calendar, hit us up. Hit me up so I can hit them up. So I'm saying hit us up so I can connect. Be safe, be good, be blessed. I love you.